An inside look into the mind of a convicted killer.
A big thank you to all of you who continuously support Deep Dive True Crime. We thank you tremendously, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to give you this amazing content. Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Hello, this is a free call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good. You know, I've been calling your wrong number all this time. I was calling your old work number.
I was trying to figure out why you weren't calling me before the case, after the case, during the case. And also, I'm very sorry. I've been working a lot, and I've been out of town basically, like, I don't know, literally, I feel like the past month. I'm in Atlanta right now. So I'm so sorry I didn't. Remember I was supposed to come up there for our birthdays. Starting route to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like 3 years into it, too. Sorry, I'm in the car with my boyfriend.
No, that's okay.
So what's going, like, can you appeal that? Like, what happened?
We're going to look into what they can...
Out of Tallahassee, like, can they ask, because it was such a global case in Tallahassee, like, it took less than 2.5 hours to come with a verdict. I was so pissed.
This case, there was not a chance in hell I was going to win in Tallahassee.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They didn't even do it for it. It was less than 2 hours.
Yeah, and that's including lunch. Like, they literally...
I know.
The closing, I don't know if you watched the closing that she did.
I watched the entire thing every day.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I watched the closing. I watched it.
What you didn't see is on the closing, she kept putting the autopsy photos up and leaving them up for like 5-10 minutes at a time.
Oh, fuck.
So that got edited. You didn't see that, but yeah, they were putting autopsy photos up, and like she was changing what was said during trial and just putting her own Southern flair on it. And it was like, yo, use your common sense. Yo, like the whole case it was all about. Yeah, it was all about my sister's book. It was about my mom's emails. What's that?
I know. So sorry, I'm in the car with my boyfriend and we're driving, trying to get to the location. So you're going to hear background talking.
No, not at all. They haven't been a fucking... When you get found guilty of these charges, they put you in a suicide cell.
I know, Frankie and I are trying.
So I've been in a fucking... They put me in a... I'm not suicidal, but they put you in a cell that has the lights on. They put a camera in the cell, and then I haven't been out since I got put in here on Monday. I'm going to put this shit...
You know, I knew they were going to put you in suicide watch. I knew they were going to do that.
Like, I'm not suicidal, but, like, there's blood on the walls, shit on the walls, shit on the ceiling, the floor has piss on it.
Yeah, I'm
oh, dude. There was no question in my mind that I was going to win.
Well, I mean, your lawyer did a damn good job. Your lawyer did a damn good job. It's just, it's much of a global, not a global, sorry, it's much of a Florida thing that, you weren't going to win in Florida.
Scott, there was not a chance. Let me put it to you this way. We could have done this case 100 times here. There was not a chance in hell I was going to win. It was like front page, big bold letters, newspaper article every single day.
It's being covered on every, I found it all over, all over YouTube, Daily Mail, Court TV, Law and whatever. Yeah. A lot of people watched it, we're watching.
Listen, last Friday, I said to Dan, I said, how are we doing? And he said to me, if you would have told me 2 weeks ago we'd be where we are today, I would be very, very happy. He's like, the case is coming in fantastic. It's as good or better than I expected. Is that everything's going great? Like all his crosses. I mean, what we were getting out of people, like I testified, and like when I got done testifying, it was like Kappelman was so frustrated. She like threw her hands up in the air.
And she was completely frustrated, and you had like a solid answer for every single question she asked. And she even shot herself in the foot. Like there were also a bunch of videos about who won the cross, your cross. I mean, who won, like, you know, you being on the stand. And it was like there were a lot of things that you said that they're like, I don't think Kappelman won.
Yeah, no, Bree told me that like she was looking at like YouTube, and people were like, I can't wait to watch Kappelman hammer Adelson. And people were saying, like, looks like Adelson hammered Kappelman.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, you know, you definitely did. Like I'm saying, I watched a bunch of other things too, other than just what, like, the court and everything. I watched what people said, and how many, like, lawyers sat there and said, like, damn, like, Charlie can hold himself. They thought, like, you were going to blow it because you went in your, you testified in your own case. You know, most people try not to do that.
Yeah, no one really had. Very rarely does a defendant take the stand.
Yeah, exactly.
And I went up there and I told the truth and I held my own. Like, and everybody, like, Bree was saying to me, like, she saw all these things, and everyone was like, holy shit, like, he's telling the truth. And Kappelman was like, oh, you have an answer for everything. And I go, yeah, because I know what happened. Like, I'm telling you what happened. And she's like, so then they broke for the weekend. She must have had a team of 10 people help her with that closing. That closing was just a mountain of, like, look at these crazy people. They hate you guys in Tallahassee. Look at what his sister wrote in a book. Come on, y'all, use your common sense.
I'm sorry.
If you're gonna take somebody's life from them, and you're going to go ahead and convict them of first-degree murder, it has to be, well, beyond a reasonable doubt means there's no other fucking way this could have happened. Like, I know how it happened. You have to be so sure you know how it happened. Like,
yeah, no, it's like they didn't prove you beyond reasonable doubt at all.
No, I mean, listen, if someone says to me, like, isn't it crazy that your sister shows up at the crime scene an hour after it happens and takes that route on that day to go buy a bottle of old bourbon that's nowhere, she passes 4 other liquor stores and takes a obtuse route to go to that liquor store? It's 17 minutes from her house. I would go, you know what, common sense tells me, like, it sounds like she's involved, but she's not. I'm not. Like, it just happens to be a crazy coincidence. She built the case off of my sister going by the house and the TV jokes and the TV code. There was no code on TV. There was no TV code.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
I lost you a little bit.
Okay. You think it's my phone?
It might be your phone, or it might be me. I'm in a bad service area right now.
But, dude, guys, there is no code for TV. And Kappelman kept bringing up the TV repairman. Your mom saying that the TV is about 5. Your TV joke. Like, he was, like, solving a murder based on TV. There was no fucking had anything in the world to do with TV. And she keeps saying it. And then in the end, like, even his best friend, Ryan Fitzpatrick, said, I didn't even really know him in 2014. I have all my text messages from 14. I have 2 text messages from him in the entire year of 2014. And she's quoting my best friend Ryan of what he said.
Yeah, I know why it's just crazy.
She was just doing, Kappelman was doing lies and lies and lies, and then doing folksy bullshit like, y'all know, you know if you think someone's guilty, if you think it's guilty, vote guilty. Like, do you have any fucking proof? Like, you have proof that my mom didn't like Danny.
No, I guess exactly. That's all they have proof of, is that your mom didn't like Danny, and that's not proof enough for anything else.
No, they didn't have what they needed to have.
Charlie, hold on. Can I ask you to hold on for 1 second?
Yeah.
Hold on for 1 second. Give me like a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm back.
No, so I mean, when people were watching it and you were seeing the commentary and all that stuff, were people saying that we were kicking ass in court?
Yeah. Wait, people were saying what?
Were people saying that, like, sorry. Were people saying that we were kicking ass in our case?
Hold on, I still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hold on a second.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Hey, sorry.
Hey, that's all right. Is that
Sorry, I
better now?
started working everything. It's just like good enough.
No, sorry, dude. I've called you like 6-7 times, and then I thought like something had happened to you, and I talked to Bree, and Bree goes, "Do you still talk to Sky?" And I'm like, "Is everything okay? Like something happened to her? Like what? Is everything?" Because I called you so many times, but I didn't realize I was calling you on your work number. Your old work number.
I have a new one. Yeah, I have a new one. I'm glad you were able to finally find this number.
That's your home cell number, right?
Yeah, this is my personal phone, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been calling her up for. I saw Sky on Instagram or whatever with June or whatever, and an Instagram picture of her on she was June. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. I'm like, yeah, I talk to her all the time, but I hadn't talked to you in like 2 months, and I'm like thinking like something must have happened if you weren't picking up when I called.
Well, I'm glad that it all ended up working out. Like, that you finally got this. Because I was worried about you. I was like, I can't call you, you know?
No, dude, I'm glad I realized, but I've never been. So they got me the suicide pill, which hopefully I'll get out soon. Evidently, I was crying on the phone. Where obviously I'm talking to my son, making arrangements and doing all kinds of stuff. So I get the fact that I was crying. They want to keep me in here fucking longer. Like, if you didn't cry because you got convicted of something you didn't do and your life just got taken from you, there'd be something wrong. So I can't cry.
100%. No, I know.
So,
I know.
It's fucking retarded, dude.
I know it is.
I didn't have a chicken. I did not have. When I came up here in February, court one day, one of the bailiffs said to me when he was walking back to my cell, he was like, "Charlie, I got to ask you a question." He's like, "Well, let me just tell you something." He's like, "If I was you, over the last 6-7 years, 5 years, he's like, why didn't you just leave? Because if it was me, I would have been on the beach somewhere." And I'm like, I didn't do it. He's like, "I was just telling you what me and my buddies would have done. We would have, you got the money, because I would have just hightailed it out of here." And you know what he knew? He knew there was no chance in hell that I would ever get 12 people in Tallahassee to vote me innocent. They think they solved the case based on a TV and my mom's emails wanting to dress the kids up in Hitler Utah, which is a joke. To just pushing buttons. Like, it's gotten so far. I had no idea how big this case was until I was up here. The boys were looking on stuff up. It was ridiculous stuff.
No, I know. And I was watching it I wasn't watching it live because I said I was like working and everything, but I would watch the replay and everything like every night when I finished work, and I was like, God damn it, I wish I was there. I wish I had heard from you to be like, hey Charlie, I actually can't make it because this new job has me flying everywhere, but like I wanted you to like just know that I was watching and I was there for you. So oh my God, when you called today, I was like, I finally was like, finally, because it's been like, and by the way, happy belated birthday, and I know it's not happy, but.
You too, November 2nd.
3rd. Close.
3rd, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, it should have had a venue change. And I can tell you that we did put in for a venue change on 2 times and got denied. We did jury selection here, and we brought in like jury consultants. We brought in the best top jury consultants in the United States. Came in to do the Rivera jury consulting. It's just the way the system's set up. You get 10 X's and they get 10 X's. So anytime I had a juror that would have been like somewhat educated, white, or successful, somebody who could be a juror in my peers, somebody who we got a feeling like, okay, this guy's going to judge us fairly. When we went to set up the seating chart and like the state was putting their X's down, anybody who would have been a good juror for me, the state put an X on. X, 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 X. So then we had to use our X's. We had to use our X's on people that were fucking horrible for us. Like people that was like a lieutenant from the Miami-Dade Police Department. Okay, put an X on him. You know, some girl whose boyfriend's a sheriff's officer, put an X on her. Like some girl who's listened to the podcast. All these people are like, we've seen all this media, we've listened to the podcast, but we can treat him fairly. Like, no, you can't.
Yeah. I know.
You know, so you get people that just lie to get on the jury. There's no way, with as well as that case came in, that you would have 12, you wouldn't have one fucking person want to look at the evidence. Or these people had a third grade brain, and Kaplan did a closing that looked like a Dateline special with autopsy photos. That's all it was. It wasn't about the case that you just watched. It was all about Wendy and Donna, and Wendy changing the names of the boys, and Wendy not letting the grandparents see the kids, and everything is like such a distortion of reality. But you're in Tallahassee. I never should have gone up there.
No, I agree with you.
This guy, I didn't have a chance to help.
I know. I knew you did it when they would have changed, like, from Tallahassee, and then it's just, I'm sorry, and like I said, I cried, Brandy cried, and I just hope that they can move, I don't know what they can do, so I guess next time I talk to you, hopefully you'll have, well, not next time, but, hopefully they'll have a better idea of what they can do to have another trial, where it's not biased, and it's in a state that, I don't know, like fucking Ohio or something like that, or even, I don't know, like Washington, like all the way on the West Coast or something like that,
I don't know if they can move states, but they can definitely move venues and areas and take it out of, maybe put it in a place like Tampa, maybe put it in Orlando. Jacksonville, I don't think would be far enough, but, you got to move it out of the city. This has been, I was told when I was up here that this is the biggest murder trial they've had in Tallahassee in 10 years.
Yeah.
This is the biggest, and the thing they've already had, by the time I went to trial, they've already had 2 trials. So this is the 3rd trial after 7 years on all this press and everything. There is no way you were going to get someone unless they've been living underneath a rock to listen to anything. And and all the stuff that she presented was twisted and taken out of context and cut and paste and it should have come down to how did she do on cross-examination with me? Were you there the night of the 18th in his house? Did you know what happened? When they had Luis Rivera on the stand, can you hear me?
Yeah. I have to run to another appointment.
Yeah, I know you're with your boyfriend.
If you I might start working, but I'm also doing work because that's how work. I'm in Atlanta. Work's paying for my entire trip because I had 7 meetings this week and I have 2 more tomorrow. But if you call me tomorrow, if you have time after 2, I should have an hour or something at least so we can catch up.
Okay.
I love you and I love you and we'll figure this out. We're gonna get through it. We'll figure it out.
We're gonna win somehow. I'm not giving up hope.
Don't. You sound great. I love you.
All right, I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, love you, babe.
All right, love you.
Bye.
Be good. Bye.
The caller. Hello. This is a free call from
Charlie. Yes, hello.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Alex.
Hey, sorry, I'm in my doctor's office. I just came out. I was doing exams.
Oh,
Call me.
okay.
No, he gave me a few minutes. No, he said, how do you know? You can't read my mind. So I just got off. I got a few minutes until he calls me back in.
Okay. Is there a better time for me to call you?
No. It's not. We got a few minutes to talk because I don't know how long I'm going to be here for.
Okay. Well, if you gotta go, let me know when you gotta go. But
no, he's gonna call me. I'll tell you when they grab me. I'll let you know.
Okay, they'll grab you when they need you.
Yeah, I think there's blood work or some testing here, so they're waiting for the blood people to get me. So that's a good thing. I got
okay. Sorry, I just want to say thank you for helping my parents with sort of new stuff.
Well, listen, whatever I can do, I can do. There's so much I can do. How are you holding up there? I mean, I know it's an uncomfortable situation right now.
I'm fine. I mean, it was a precautionary measures whenever you're found guilty of these charges. They put you in suicide cells.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a cell. It's like the floor is red, the walls are lime green, and there's blood on the walls, there's shit on the walls, there's shit on the ceiling, there's piss on the floor.
Interesting.
And they have the lights on 24/7. They have a video camera in the room, and it's got a steel door, but with like the glass has a mirror tint to it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see at it. So I'm like in a box with large shit all over the place, and a camera on me at all times.
And how long do you have to be there?
It's supposed to be 72 hours, but I just found out that like if you cry or you show any emotional distress, they can keep you in here indefinitely. And I went, well, who wouldn't be upset? You just got convicted of first-degree murder and you're fucking cell by yourself in a box. I can't see out of it. The window's all mirrored. It's a 9x6 with a video camera. Like, who wouldn't be upset?
Right.
If there's something wrong with you, you're not upset.
Right.
So
how your parents hang in there? I mean, I know they seem to be okay. I mean, I saw them this morning. They seem to be holding on.
Yeah, I'm sure they're taking some Xanax.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to
Do you speak to Wendy at all? Did she call you?
No, I've not spoken to her at all.
Really? Why? Really?
Yeah. No, I guess it's just the lawyers doing. It's not like we're on bad terms or anything. We're not on bad terms at all. But I guess you have to get clearance and be okay before we talk. I mean, listen, everything's going to be recorded and everything.
I know.
Word gets twisted as you see the case. Like, you could say something and mean one thing, and then they can twist it 6 different ways.
Mm. Right.
So it's,
I understand.
Oh, man. Let me just say this. There was not a chance in hell I would have ever won a case up in Tallahassee. Not a chance in hell. Did you try to move the venue? Did you try to move the venue? They denied it? Is that what's happened? Yeah, I think they did 2 venue changes, and they wouldn't move it. This was the biggest case in Tallahassee since that month. Like, if there was ever a case that needed to be changed in venue after all these years of all the news media, I mean, this was like Adelson and surface. There was court TV there. The jury pool was literally, we had the best jury consultants in the world in that case come down and go there to help us pick the jury and sort through them. There was such shit to pick through. With a few jurors that would have been good for us, that would have had, when I say good for us, I mean, I think they would have given me a fair shot and listened to the evidence and actually looked at it and said, you got to be guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And, really thought for themselves. Mm-hmm. As soon as they appeared, I would say probably 2 in 10 jurors would have been fair and given me a good shot, and I would have had a shot just like anybody else walking into a courtroom and doing it. The prosecution was able to see that these would have been fair people for me. They put X's on them. Mm-hmm. So they get 10Xs, we get 10Xs. The problem is our 10Xs were used getting people off the jury that would have been horrible for us. I mean, I had a guy that was a 24-year lieutenant with the Miami-Dade Police Department. Okay, these are all. We had a girl whose husband was a sheriff's officer. We were all. We had somebody whose nephew took the 911 call from when he got shot. Like, her nephew took the call. He was the 911 operator. And the judge says, well, can you be fair in the case and give your follow the rule of law? She said, oh, yeah, we can. Okay, so when she got to the next round, we had to use an X on her. Like, she was too much about the case. Her son took her nephew to the 911 call. Like, the people that were coming in, you know, that were at least truthful enough that we realized we couldn't have them, we were getting rid of it. The question is, if we had 93 people who said something in the questionnaire that made them that they were impartial, you know, that they were biased, how many people lied to get on our jury?
Just because, why? Because of famous case? It's a big. Is
that why you're saying? Of course, people wanted to get on the jury. We had one guy come in and say he knew nothing about the case. He only heard a little bit about it. And he was really a nice guy. The people that checked out who these jurors went on his Facebook. 3 months ago, he was posting that he wanted to kill Sigfredo Garcia on his public Facebook account. Like, he was posting about the case that he wished he could kill Sigfredo Garcia. But he just came in and said he knew nothing about the case. Holy shit. And that's when we were sitting there, and my attorney and the other attorney I had, we all looked at the judge, and we were like, this guy just came in and lied to our face so he could get on the jury. He's posting about it. He was lying about posting about it. Then he was... Yeah, well... Yeah, but Alex, you shouldn't be. This is like somebody's life that you're lying to get on a case to further your agenda. It's not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I know.
I never in a million years would have won a trial up here. Never in a million years. There's no. You saw what she did with her closing. Everything was like real folksy and like y'all better do it. Follow your common sense. Like, y'all know what happened. Like, and they made the whole thing about my mom's emails and my sister's book and my mom's text messages and like twisting and turning everything. Like, yeah, I was getting my dad a birthday present. It had nothing to do with this. Just saying, oh, you know you'll come through on a birthday present. Like, I ended up paying for the catering for the whole party, and they were able to prove it. But, I mean, nothing we said. Everything was on deaf ears. Nothing would have mattered.
I think you guys are going to go for try to do an appeal, right? I'm going to get automatic.
Yeah, they're going to do whatever. They're going to do whatever they can. It just fucking sucks because I don't see us ever being more prepared for a trial than we were just in this trial. And everything came through so well. Like, everything was going really well. I mean, I was on cloud 9 last Friday. Last Friday, like, after they put my sister's attorney on, and after I had testified for a day and a half, like, Bree was telling me, like, people online were writing, like, oh my God, like, we're probably going to win. Like, they see a different side to the case. Like, not just how the state makes it. And, like, she did her closing on Monday. She made it out like a Dateline special with autopsy photos. 2 hours. She's real folksy, like, talking about my sister's book, and basically it was almost like she was foreshadowing herself in the move and how she hated Tallahassee. And, you put these people down, you tell them how much you hate their town, tell them what horrible people we are. You get to see she lied her ass off. She had in her closing? Even his best friend, Ryan Fitzpatrick, said he could get away with murder if he keeps his mouth shut. Even his best friend said that. Alan, best friend. Yeah, I didn't even know him before. He said that I said that.
Charlie, they're calling me in. Let's have a conversation tomorrow. If you have Buzzy has time.
Yeah,
Is there anything you want me to do for your parents? Anything I can help with?
Yeah, it was actually I think it's important stuff. When can I call you maybe tonight, or do you want me to call you tomorrow?
No, call me tomorrow. Tonight. I will call me tomorrow.
Yeah,
after 12. After 12.
Okay.
Right.
For sure.
All right.
Thanks for picking up.
Take care.
Bye
Bye-bye.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1. To repeat, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hi, honey. How's it going?
Well,
Going.
yeah, I'm doing okay, honey.
Yeah, no, fine.
Okay, so we are. We're making progress. Making progress. Oh my God. Yeah, but I'm glad we hung up when we did because some of the places that I did have to get in touch with closed. One of them closed at 2. I mean, I thought they closed at 5, and then I said, you know what? That sometimes that's what happens. They'll close early on a holiday weekend. So,
Charlie, I'm here.
yeah, that is what.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
Okay.
Oh, you want to ask him?
Yeah, I spoke to Benjamin H.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Have you spoken to him?
Have I spoken to him?
Yeah, have you spoken to him recently?
No, it's been forever since I spoke to him.
Okay. I spoke to him, and
I want to ask if he has. Do you have a lawyer's line with him?
do you have a lawyer's line?
Only if he registered himself with the Leon County Jail. If he did, then I did.
Okay, we have to find out. We'll call him back and see what he's going on.
I'll call him back and I'll ask him because there was a couple of decisions that I didn't feel comfortable making without talking to you. And then I said, you know what, Benjamin, I'd like you to talk to Charlie. And he said, okay. So I'll call him back. I'll set it up and I'll find out if he has the number.
Yeah, if you want. I have his cell phone. Do you have his cell phone?
Yeah, you must have had.
I have it.
That's what you had told this morning.
Yeah, that's what I.
Do you want to ask him if he's registered here at the Leon County Jail? I mean, I could try calling him. It'll say on the recording if it's
Do that. Hang up on me.
Now wait a second. Let me send him a text.
Okay.
Let me see if I have.
That's okay.
You just have to be registered as an attorney.
Yeah, they registered with the bar number. Ben VPL. Yeah, I got him. 816-379-9626.
I'll check it 1 minute.
Hold on, he's just texting him.
I just want to finish this text.
Give him a minute.
I'm saying that text.
Yeah. Let me see if that's the thing. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay. But yeah, that's his mobile, the 816 number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his mobile.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll wait for his text. Okay. So.
Yeah, I don't know if he's registered. I don't know if he's registered.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so I took care of that. And I sent Ramsey a couple. I think I told you I sent him a text.
Okay, we're still waiting.
I'm waiting for an answer there.
Yeah, he spent an hour on the phone with me yesterday talking about stuff. So.
Oh, okay. So you're cool.
You're cool. Yeah, I mean he's responsive. He feels horrible about what's happened. And he's going to help out any way he can. He's on board. Just I know he's a busy guy. It's funny, I've spoken so much to him over the last 2-3 years. Like, I mean, he's really a good guy. He's a really smart lawyer. Like, it's funny, I called him for the first time over the weekend after I testified.
Yeah.
Just to catch up with him and be like, Ramsey, I need to get a drink with you in 2 weeks. We're going to get together. I promise you, I can't wait to see you. And we get together. And I talked to him a million times on the phone. I never met him in person. I was always, I really met him in person. But it's funny, I've actually spent enough time talking to him to go through all this over the years. Like, actually, one time I actually feel like someone's my friend and I've never really met them in person my whole life. It's just really, really weird. First time I could ever say I think someone's my friend and I've never met them in person, but we've spent a tremendous amount of time talking and he's always been there. He's a nice guy. I said, this is when I get out of here in a week, and give me like a week or two, and I promise you we're going to get together. I was sure, like, I was so sure. And we never called on this past weekend. Like,
so I got, I spoke to Gary also, and he's going to.
You didn't check the email because Steve just came in yet?
No, I didn't check the email.
Okay.
I'm only going to call Gary Conan and support it. I'm not going to be calling him to like.
Oh, I know.
Catch up in the middle of the day.
Yeah. No.
He's a good person for me. And he was fine with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Hold on. Was he fine with that? We didn't get that back yet. We're waiting for something else. We haven't had a chance to ask him that yet.
Okay. No worries.
Okay.
No, I'm doing better. I spoke to Sky. I had the wrong phone number for Sky. I was calling her work number for like last 2 months. That's why I haven't spoken to her.
Uh-huh.
And she was telling me that. Yeah. She was telling me that she was following the Holland trial. And she saw everything. So she was telling me she was talking to Fran, and they were all really upset. And saw everything.
Yeah.
I'm working in Atlanta right now. She picked up the phone. But she's talking to her a little while.
Yeah.
She said to me, she said, did you ask her to change the venue? Yes. Twice. Yeah, twice. I mean, look, Dan told me a long time ago that he was told by somebody who doesn't matter.
That he was told what?
He was told that this is the biggest trial in Tallahassee since Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
And it's in the law and order city.
Yeah.
Order. State capital, Florida State, law and order. Like, good luck holding somebody who's not going to be either family members of law enforcement, friends that are in law enforcement, or affiliated with Florida State. Like,
Gary was telling me about a case that he did in that kind of general area of the country, medical malpractice. And he said, listen, if it was in Miami, it would have been settled for a certain amount, and that would have been it. But he said there, it was denied. Nothing was given. I guess they were in favor of the doctors and the hospital. So
this is Georgia. I mean, this is not Florida the way you think of Florida. This has the name Florida, but we get Valdosta, Georgia news. I mean, there's no difference between here and Georgia, South Georgia.
No, you're right. Absolutely right.
You see Florida, but no, you in South. This is no different than if you were in South Georgia. South Georgia is 60 miles away.
Yeah, that's what Dan also said at the time. You know, if he went up to Georgia, it wouldn't be any better. I remember him saying that a year ago.
Yeah, no, it comes down to y'all use your common sense. Like,
Well, Dan,
yeah, no, I know he is. It's just, I just remember when I was sitting there, I looked at Kate and I go, this is not good. She looks at me and she's like, Mom. And like, when she did that, I remember like, I was sitting there and I was writing on Post-it to Dan. Like, and I'm like, I'm watching what's happening before my eyes. And I'm like, it went from a trial to daylight.
Yeah.
Like, it turned into and it's funny, the commentary that I heard on the radio said was like, oh, she did a masterful performance. She made it out like a movie. You could see the whole progression, the whole case. No, it was a 2-hour Dateline special with autopsy photos that were left on the screen for minutes. The same photo was used multiple times. Like, why not just sit there for a half hour and just use that as your backdrop? Why not? You don't have evidence to bring forward, so you can have everybody dealing with these rich Jews from land that are crazy, and use your common sense. They hate you. They made it seem like we hated people in Tallahassee. Like, all right, now not only do they not have to like you, like, yeah, they do have to like you. They sure as hell can't hate you. They were just told by Kaplan that we hate them. They hate the dot on the map on the way to civilization. Anyway. So
that's
so.
I think Janice has Aloha coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I think we have to ask Janice. I think we have to stop. We have to stop at your house on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I will. I'll ask her what's a good time because we already have to. We have to go up to Fort Lauderdale on Saturday to see Sheriff. So as long as we're heading in that direction, try to take care of that. And
yeah, they can sometimes save for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's something that what's her name? That Anna gave Janice for me as bugs.
We already have that. What Anna gave Janice, that was bugs. We already have it here. We already have it here in our home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've taken that a different time.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think we got it.
Yeah, I got it.
We have everything, everything here except, something that's bigger, right? Yeah. So we'll have to go up and get that. And
so.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm fine. I really am. I'm not. I think the thing that just got me was the countdown and thinking that everything was going great. So I realized it wasn't.
Well, you know what? It was until the end.
I don't even know if it was that long, to be honest with you. When the jury came in on Monday, one thing Dan said to me is that he said that the jury has usually made up their mind before the closing arguments. But I can honestly tell you, if anyone was on the fence, you just watched the 2-hour special Dateline. That was like a podcast. That was a podcast. That wasn't a trial. At the end.
It's interesting to me what you just said before that, though, that you were listening to this radio host, and he basically described it the same way.
Yeah, no, he described it as a. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're clear.
Okay. He described it as it's like she put it together in a movie and put it all together with a timeline and let you see it. Like it felt like you were watching a movie when she was putting it together. And you know what? Like Dan brought up trial points. She just brought up a mound of cut and paste. He's buying his father a birthday present. Yeah, no shit. My dad's birthday is in 5 weeks. But that's not offer. What the offer is 11 months away. 5 weeks away now. But like she put a spin on every little thing, and it was nothing but a Kaplan spin. There was no evidence. It wasn't like they have something to say, oh look, he did it. It was like a Kaplan spin, and it was like cut and paste text messages. Well, he put kissy face. Like I use the kissy face emoji for everybody. There's no like, it's like, oh my God, he put a kissy face at the interview with that. I mean, did I not just say that to the guard who like brought me some food? Oh my God, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so I really think she's amazing. It's her job. She has to open the hatch. All right, good. Like, it's just really like, but the fact that it was 12-0 tells you everything. And especially when Dan was saying that everything came in so well.
Yep. I mean, he wasn't crazy. He really wasn't crazy.
He wasn't. This guy was saying, she's like, Charlie, I couldn't believe it. All the stuff that I was watching on TV, all of a sudden, all these commentators were like talking about how, you never really put a defense witness on the stand. And she's like, everyone was saying you held your own.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And more than held your own.
Like I had an answer, but I explained everything. I held my own. Like I read text messages on Dan's iPhone afterwards that was like, he's like, take a look at what this person just sent me. I looked, and it's like, he's in communication with everybody. And Dan's a closer. And I showed up on Monday, and it was like a Dateline special with it was a Dateline special with photos.
Keep that a minute. Keep Gary back, so I'll talk to you, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, listen, at the end of that, they were to get to my dog.
What did you say?
I said they would have convicted my dog.
Oh. I know.
There's no one they wouldn't have convicted.
It was, the conviction was bad enough. It was the shock, because that was not expected. It was absolutely unexpected.
I mean, it was like, it wasn't even a consideration for them. They deliberated for 2.5 hours. I mean, she's calling a mound of evidence, cut and paste text messages that don't show anything. It's the same messages they had in 16 and they didn't arrest me. All this stuff they had in 16, and Willie Meggs came out and said, this is not evidence. If you arrest him with what you have here now, go get ready for your civil suit. No, but what he didn't have was 6 more years of media down in Tallahassee telling them we know what happened. No, you don't know what happened.
It's not.
They had 6 years of media pounding the story, They have people thinking that the kids are being kept from the Markels because we're evil, horrible people. How about the Markels are trying to get innocent people arrested and their kids taken from them? How about the irony is the only people that were trying to keep grandkids away from anybody was Danny. With the Markels. That's the irony. So when they see the kids, they see them for an hour. They don't give them a hug or kiss. And they see them for an hour and they have no desire to see them again within the next year and a half. Okay, so they got their grandparents right. What do they do with it? Nothing.
No, they didn't. Well, that didn't come because it hasn't passed, and it's not going to matter because even if it passed in the Florida legislature, even if it did, which it did not, I mean, part of it did, but it did not. It has nothing to do with anything. It's still up to Wendy. It has nothing to do with them. Grandparents have no rights in this country. None. I want to go see grandchildren that a family member doesn't want to let me see. I have no right. None. Doesn't matter what.
What it is it's basically creating publicity. Listen, Ruth Markel spent more time in her book signing than she did with her grandkids, and she finally got to see it. That's the fact.
Yep.
Way more time after sitting at her book signing talking to strangers than when she finally got a chance to talk to her grandkids. But nobody knows that. That's not. You know what? That's not out. You know, I would have been nice if Wendy's like, yeah, they finally saw the grandkids, saw them for an hour, then he gave them a hug or a kiss, and they haven't had to see him since. That's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth. The truth. What happened?
Instead, when Wendy said that's unconstitutional,
Wait, hold on.
judge.
Hold, honey. Yeah, Charlie's on the phone.
Okay, Charlie got two messages came in. Hasselbook says that the jail chief today, they should have my son on file as his attorney.
Okay.
They should have. He said today won't work, but I have time tomorrow and most of next week. Looks pretty good.
Okay, so keep a note in your head tomorrow to give him a call.
Yeah, and the other thing is, our family lawyer, Gary, I just got off the phone with him, and he said he's going to call Leon County
and register,
so you can call him also.
Okay, but I have to give him. Do you have Gary's number, Charlie? You have Gary's number?
I think they do. Yeah, 561-445-5098.
Hold on, Dad. Dad's checking it now. Give him a sec.
Oh, wait, no, I think this is somewhere else. What do you have for his cell?
561-445-5098.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got it.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay.
All right, you got that. You got Hasselberg tomorrow. Did Gary send the paperwork?
He's sending it right now. He has to get one other piece, and then he's sending it.
Okay. And you have to go downstairs and get it notarized.
Yeah, I will. It's on the.
I know.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's closing early. I know.
I don't know if they're closing early, but I gave him. I can ask him. I was just right in the middle of doing this.
I know. There's a couple of things going on at the same time. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. That's good that you'll be able to call him with him and check it with him.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah, if there's anything I need to do or wrong, I'll Gary also.
That's right.
No, Mom, it was just a shock because everything, like as Dan said, everything had come in so well. It was like, it was put up to me and said, well, it depends how you testify. To see, to see how it goes. He's like, I feel like I got you there, but we got to see how your testimony goes and then how your cross goes the next day. You know what, Mom? It didn't make a fucking difference in the world.
No, because your testimony was unbelievable and your cross was very good. There was nothing wrong there. So,
I mean, look at the cross. She tried to, and that's the one thing that Scott said to me. She said, she was seeing a lot of positive things online because people were writing positive things. People were opening people's eyes. They were like, "Oh my God!" They were saying like the defense attorney should never put the client on the stand. And there I was, like I was on the stand, I was doing a good job, and I was telling what happened. And you go ahead, and the next thing you know, it's you're being told that everything is great. You know, like my head was, I hope we don't hang. Not I hope we get a juror to let us hang. My thought was like, if we hang, I hate to have to do this again. Yeah, of course. But please don't let this be a hung jury. If we hang, I'm going to have to go through all this again in 60 days from now. I was worried about that, a little bit worried about it, but I'm like, you know what? I was saying to myself, you know what? I hope it's not like a 10-2, 11-1, but you got to get all 12. And if it's like 10-2 and 11-1, they're still going to run it back a second time if we hang. They're not going to let this go. We're going to go through this all again in 60 days, 90 days. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, well, we end in November. We'll probably give it 60 days. They get bumped back a little bit. It hangs and he's going through this again in February. Like, man, that sucks. But hopefully we get in there and we should have a good verdict. I mean, it was like somebody had run the football back and there's a 1 yard line and they're about to score. That's what I felt like. And Dan's is out to get the football and he's the awesome closer. And it really felt like the ball's back in his court. He's going to run it in from the 1 yard line to score. And we're good. And then Monday morning shows up. They must have worked on this from Friday afternoon till Sunday night.
Of course. Of course.
You know, there's no much they could wish that they
do it herself. For sure she did.
No. It was cut and paste. It was, you didn't have to put the whole trial. I think it's lost her closing. And then like this mountain of evidence. What's your mountain of evidence? My sister wrote a book. My mom sent some crazy emails that the things we never did in 2013.
All right.
Like, what does it have to do with me? And what happened? It just painted the picture of we hate you all. And like, you tie up the photos and you got a jury that's beating at the palm of your hand and saying, use your common sense. That's exactly what happened.
It's a third grade trial.
Yeah. What's that?
She made a third grade trial out of it.
Her summation was a bunch of lies.
I know.
So you summed it up by misstating the facts and saying, well, rely on your memory from the trial. No, don't rely from what you just saw the last 2 hours because it was a lie. Rely on how you felt from the trial. So I hate to tell you this, but the only thing people remembered when they went back in the jury room is what they just saw for 2.5 hours that morning. That's a mountain of evidence.
It's the best thing in the world to have the state who presents their case first end their case. It's supposed to be the defense ends their case.
What do you mean? It's not supposed to be like that.
Well, he says that's a very unfair system to do that because it's the defense that should be ending their case, not the state. The state opens, and then they can close, but then the defense should have one last opportunity. No, they don't do it that way.
So whatever Dan said, she was able to prove his puzzle pieces. Here's this mountain. Yeah, you put a mountain of shit against somebody who like articulated all the things that are wrong with your case. Beyond a reasonable doubt, like if you ask anybody who has any real feelings, you would be getting like beyond a reasonable doubt. I mean, there's no other way that this could have possibly happened, no explanation to anything. What she said in her opening with me is that you have an explanation for everything. Okay, well, that right there is reasonable doubt to itself. If I can explain everything, then that's reasonable doubt. When she said that...
Yeah, I know. It made me crazy. Like, to the jurors not understand that if there's any possibility of anything else, it's doubt. That's what doubt is.
Yeah, it's not, y'all use your common sense. If you think he's guilty, he's guilty. Well, I think that just on the surface, I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to win, beat the Dolphins. That's my common sense. Yeah. I think, when he's showing up there, it's crazy. I think that's, my common sense tells me that's crazy. That ain't right, but that's actually what happened. So if you're asking someone, is it crazy if they don't think that happened under normal circumstances? I agree also. It's just that it did, and that's what happened. Like, is it crazy that you see the word TV got used? Absolutely. It doesn't mean that we were using TV as a code for murder. That's the thing. But it showed up 3 times, so your common sense tells you there's got to be something there. But you're not convicting someone on life because, like, what sounds good or what that the word was used 3 times. A TV repairman would have to be one of the worst alibis of all time. They cancel half the time, or they push you to bump you to the afternoon. I mean, how many times have you had a delivery with an appliance work and it gets moved or canceled?
Of course. All the time.
So she was setting it up. No, she didn't even set it up. Her mother set up the TV time.
Right.
I mean, it did. Because you had the best buy under your name. Your dad's name. If you don't listen to the explanation, you're just running with it, jumping to conclusions. Using your common sense lets you jump to conclusions until you hear an explanation.
You don't jump to conclusions on a case like this. I mean, it's an outrage. It's beyond an outrage. That's criminal. What they did is criminal.
Yeah. And you know what? I hate to say it, I've said it 100 times. This is exactly what I anticipate. So I ain't surprised in the least. I'm surprised that I changed my mind along the way of what I was going to be looking at. I mean, I really thought I was going to get real jurors and take it really serious, and I thought a prosecutor would I thought a prosecutor would focus on the evidence at hand, not throw all these ambiguous facts in and make stuff up and twist stuff around. And I was naive. I'm sitting and listening to what my best friend said. And said, one is not my best friend, and 2, I never said it. Right. But when you start packaging it up with what, quoting all these people, wow, we got all these people saying this stuff now. And look at who's saying it. Jeff McCoss. Even Wendy, threw Wendy's name out there, but I didn't remember Wendy saying it like that. She twisted her words around. It was like, even his own sister. It was nice. It was terrible. I don't even remember the word she used, but I just remember whatever it was.
The same thing. It was the same thing when she was saying that. I looked at Dad and I went, "That's not true. That's not what happened."
But like she said, like even when his own sister was on the stand, we asked her, like, you know, like it's almost like she's using Wendy to back up her conviction that I'm guilty. That like even his own sister said something along the line, whatever she said, Wendy said, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But like, you know, just making it so folksy and like his sister, his best friend, his Jeff Lacoste, like we got all these statements, this mountain of evidence, these text messages. What, because I said you're the best?
Yeah.
Like, wow. Tell everybody I was in a relationship with for the next five months, when it was probably more like 5 days. Never saw her, hung out with her as my girlfriend again. So why is she saying 4 or 5 months to carry on a relationship?
Because he's lying. He's making up a story.
Yeah, Whitney's living with me. I'm not going on dates with Katie. I mean, the 17th was Whitney's birthday. We went to Puerto Rico.
I remember.
Yeah. Like, that was an amazing trip. You know, I wasn't dating Katie at the same time. Like, Katie was gone. Katie was gone that week. But, like, you're restating, you're making up lies, stating them as facts, putting together a Dateline special with the folks. Like, what the fuck did we even come up here for? I mean, think about it. The case came out perfect. All the people who have intelligent brains and watched it, you know, weren't all drinking the Kool-Aid. These people know a lot more than I do. And, you know, and they say, fantastic. Dan's so happy. We have a jury that was screened by Josh Dubin, so we were able to eliminate the bad ones. The problem was is that there were no good ones. There were just ones that weren't as bad as the other ones that we got rid of. You know, I mean, we basically got rid of the, and some of these may have been as bad as the ones that we got rid of. You can't tell me that there's not a reason why the one guy that would have been a jury of my peers that was intelligent that I never would have convicted him. Because he understood the seriousness of y'all used to come.
Hold on, because I'm texting with Dan. He'd like you to call him now. He's in the car for the next 30 minutes, okay? And you can call me back.
You got it. You guys. I'll call you. Bye.
Love you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1.
To refuse charges, press 2. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, honey.
Hey, how are you?
We're okay. We're okay. You doing all right now?
Yeah, I talked to Dan. That was good.
Filled in a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. Good.
So you understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dad is going to head down to the office. He's got to get his papers notarized. When he comes back up, I'll give him the phone. I have to go down and get papers notarized. So we'll do a little switcheroo with him when he comes back up. Okay?
Okay. So, but I'm doing good, guys. I mean, listen, I love you guys very much. I want you to know that.
I know that. And we love you. and everything will, in the end, we're going to figure this all out. We just have a little bit of going through some stuff to get there. I'm sorry, I don't need to cry.
I've been told I'm sitting in a box with a mirror facing me. I can't cry, and I got a mirror on one end and a camera lens on the other. And then they're listening it. So it's like, I mean, I've been here since Monday. The lights haven't turned off. And they're selling with like, I think like, you know, and I'm pacing back and forth, but it's either you're pacing or you're laying in bed, or are they going to say, oh, he's pacing?
No.
They don't want to take a chance.
Right.
Like, Dan Markel, nobody wants to, with that scene and everything, nobody wants to risk their life, not risk their life, risk their career based on to do something, and they're like, oh, he was pacing, he was crying, he was unstable, and then you let him out there, and look at what he did. Like, no, I'm not doing anything crazy. So they really want, I guess, and he's like, look, eventually you'll get out of the solitary where I'm at, and I'll get into a better place, you know, and I'll just, you know.
I know. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here since Monday. Like, I've been in it myself for 25 minutes since Monday. Like, I'm locked.
You can't get out and take a shower. They won't let you do that either.
They took me out. Was it? I don't know. Last night or the other night. Maybe it was Tuesday night. They took me out. Yeah, they took me out for 10 minutes to take a shower. They only do showers here like 2 days a week. A sergeant comes in and lets people out. It's like a cage that you go in to shower. They lock it outside. So it's like the observation cell. So remember I used to tell you, like, I have clothes on. I can't imagine if they put me in here naked.
I know. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, do that when you're down. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love you, Dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll come back up soon.
It's weird. It's like when you cry, it's like you're letting out your emotion. You almost feel a little better as you're crying.
That's right.
And then you like, and when you have it bottled up, it's like I got a chest pain. I literally have like my heart. Like my heart feels like it was. I mean, honestly, Mom, my heart feels like I can't even like.
No, you
can't. I can't even conceptualize. I can't put it into words. I think I was the stupidest fucking person. I mean, listen. There was no way with the media hype and everything that surrounded it that I was ever going to get a fair trial of here 10 years away. It just wasn't going to happen. You there?
I'm there.
I mean, it's not even like you know what it reminds me of? I say all the time, it reminds me of like when I was looking at the Enzo and I was making an observation and I was saying something to the people around me, and then but then they were telling me something to explain it away, and I wanted to hear it, and I wanted to believe it. So I was like, I didn't want it to be away from him for a couple of days. Because that they would charge me a couple $1,000 and keep him away from me for 4 or 5 days, and I'd be miserable without him. Look at the end result. I probably spent 10 times the amount of money, and then I was away from him for the rest of his life. Like, just the neat storm that came with this case and blew into this town. Made it so when it said the front page of the Tallahassee Democrat with 900 jurors summoned for Charlie Adelson's murder case. 900. Front page. They were telling the truth. That nobody interviewed 152. I don't know. Maybe they set down 900, and that's how many they bring in upstairs. You know, if we set to 50. But I'm just saying, like, that's what the front page of the Tallahassee Democrat was. How many jurors were summoned? Like, what is that? Like, how the fuck was I going to get? Like, I had somebody tell me a long time ago, you will never get a fair trial up in the Panhandle, small town, shoot from South Florida, the way they're writing this stuff, Charlie, you don't stand a chance if you go up there. You don't stand a chance. I tell you what, I'm telling you right now what you should do. And I didn't take the advice. And I'm like, and now I know you can't go back. You don't have a time machine, but there's no way on God's green earth that I ever stood a chance. Because it's not up to Dan, not up to Kate, not up to me. It's that the date night special that showed up in court was, and even before that, I even think before the closing, I think Dan said when I came up there to testify, he said none of the jurors, like 2 or 3 of them were looking at me. None of them would even look at me while I was testifying. They wouldn't look at me. You think that person was right when they told me to, like, to think about things?
Yeah.
Do you think they were right?
Just what we said. We don't have a time machine.
Sure as hell don't have a time machine. You know, and it's like, I guess just being in this one cell with it's like a box, the camera, it's just like, it's, I'm sorry to keep calling you like that. It was like,
No, don't be sorry. Not going anywhere. Not doing anything. Happy to talk to you. I just. Okay.
You know, I'm just saying, like, I spoke to Dan. He does not. I mean, let's put it this way: they've got a couple Hail Mary plans, like just the idea to run by people, but he's like, look, anywhere this case is so big, anywhere you go in Florida, it's media. It's like a storm. He goes, unless you don't let cameras in the courtroom, he goes, which I think in Florida law have to have cameras in the courtroom. I don't think you can not keep cameras in the courtroom. But the bloggers and the media storm and the sensationalism of everything, like, he basically made it seem like, honestly, even if I got a new trial, it would be a routine like you just had.
Well, you know what? I know because you don't.
It's a miracle to get a retrial. Put it this way, it's such a big production that they put on to do a trial like this. It's enormous. This is not something they just do retrials on, and then not on the case of the century here. You know, they're not looking to have that happen. It's not a headache for everybody. And then here's the other thing. Jurors are it's going to be a media storm wherever you take this. There's nowhere you can take it, and it's not going to be a media storm. That's why there was no way in hell I was going to get a fair trial. They take you up to Tallahassee. That's what that person told me, and you know what? They were fucking so right. So right, my life. I spoke to Wilmer today. He was on the way to school. Breathing at me today. He said I made his day by calling and talking to him. But it's like, and then I started crying. And then I was like, you know, this is like, it's the only place in the world I want to be. It's like drop them off from school, drive in the truck. Like, you're not. I mean, look, you're a parent, if you get it, you see me, but picture being a young parent and finally having a kid, and this is what, like, you know, Dan told me, like, I need to try to figure out how to make a life for myself behind bars. It's like your life is going to be different, but you can still live, you can still still do things. It's just going to be different. I'm not suicidal.
I know, you know.
I'm just like, if you couldn't have a bigger, like, swing of emotions. And he told me that he came in better than he could have expected, that it testified better than he could have hoped, and that he was sitting there during selection with Dubin, and he was seeing what we were getting coming in, and how people were reacting, and how people were knowing about the case, and the sheer number who, like, literally eliminated themselves by saying they know about the case and they think I'm guilty. We had 90 people come in and say that. It's supposed that you come to a courtroom and you hear about what, you're judging the case, you're judging the facts, you're doing your job. Listen, the few people that would have given me a fair shake, they took right off. There was only a few.
No, it's only not 12.
No. And they get 10 strikes. So it's easy to say, it didn't really need 10. They probably could have taken 5 people off it when giving me a fair shake. There was no way we were going to win. And that was the first trial. Can you imagine if we do the appellate and we get it overturned and we get the conviction thrown out and we get a retrial? It's going to be the same thing wherever you go. He's still looking into some things.
I know.
Yeah. You there?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. He's looking into some things, and I know that.
He's looking into things, and he has a few ideas that he's going to run by some people.
Right.
And he's not abandoning me. And he's like, look, I'll always be here for you. Like, obviously, he's got other things going on. But he's like, look, I'm not abandoning you. I'm going to still help you. I'm going to still, still be here for you. But there's only so much I can do. Like, maybe by some godsend, I'm sure write something or find something out in the future. But it's a very, 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 very long shot. And so, don't give up hope, but just don't plan on it. That's what you just don't. You there?
I'm here, and I'm not giving up hope, and you're not going to give up hope. And I understand what a long shot it is, but things happen, and I have to believe that. I have to believe that there's a chance. And I know what you're saying. And even if there is, what would happen with another trial? You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
You're gonna get. I could do another trial tomorrow, and I can tell you what the result is. This is the biggest thing that happens up here. Head on these trials again. Jesus Christ! I can't even try. But this is fine. I'm
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Trying so hard, and I don't know what to say.
So you guys can take advantage.
Yeah.
Can you imagine not taking any advantage right now?
No, actually, I can't.
This is the definition of unbearable. This is unbelievable. How the fuck did my life go from 10 10 years ago, Jim wanted me to move into the continuum or start a family to life in prison with maximum security. With like, my life is on.
You're breaking up. I'm not hearing what you're saying.
No, I said I don't want to look out for Dad. Did you?
I am looking out for Dad. He's going to be fine. We'll both be fine. Okay.
So I basically got 3 things that I really value and love. You Dad and Roman. After that, do you want Zoe to go to the house with you when you go to the house this weekend?
I don't know if that's necessary.
Hello, this is a free call from
Charlie.
An incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number.
to accept this free call. Press 1 to refuse this free call. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey. Hey, Roro, how are you?
Good.
How was soccer today?
Good.
Yeah? You scored a goal?
Yeah.
Even if you don't score a goal, I'm always really proud of you. You know that, right?
I scored 5.
Even, bro, even if you didn't score a goal, I'm really proud of you. So you never have to tell me if you...
No, 5, I said.
Oh, you score 5?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm always proud of you, even if you don't score a goal, okay? I just want you to always try real hard.
Okay.
All right, that's beautiful. So what else are you up to? What are you doing?
Well, we're getting ready to go to bed.
Oh, that sounds nice. You take it back?
No.
No back thing?
I'm not going to until tomorrow. No.
No school tomorrow.
No, I said I'm not going to take a bath tomorrow. I'm going to take a bath tomorrow.
Oh, okay. We'll take a bath tomorrow. Just make sure you use soap, okay?
Yeah, I will.
All right. So, how are you, Bri?
Thank you, Daddy. Wait, did you say how was I?
Yeah, I said, how are you doing?
Oh, I had him on because I don't put him on the speaker because you can never hear him, so I had to go here. Yes, I think he's going to take that because he's decided to come home and also, on top of soccer, draw on himself for 10.
Oh, nice.
So we'll do that. Go for bed. Good news tomorrow, and
Nice.
I'm good. How are you today? You okay?
Good. Yeah, I'm still in the fucking suicide job. But maybe tonight or tomorrow we'll take it out. We'll see.
Tonight, or would they do it like during the day?
Probably. My guess is probably tomorrow. Hopefully. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got like red floors and lime green walls, blood all over the walls and shit on the walls.
Well, hold on. My phone's at 1%. I'm running to the charger.
Hey, let me do this. Can I call my mom for like 5 minutes? Because I want to see if she asked her what time I should call Dan. I actually have something important to tell him. I'm going to call you in like 5 minutes?
Yeah, of course.
Charge your phone. I'll call you guys in 10. All right, bye.
The caller has hung up.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Charlie.
an incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press
1. To repeat, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I don't know what happened before. It's exactly 4 o'clock.
It was just, the phone just said you hung up, which I know you didn't, but it's just computer glitches.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because I know the phone goes till 4:30, and I couldn't understand why it clicked off.
Yeah, and then sometimes maybe it started doing that again, but it clicked off exactly at 4 o'clock. So who knows? Maybe sometimes it's a computer glitch. Maybe they're starting to shut it off at 4 again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a really good idea, and I wanted to run it by Dan.
Okay.
Do you think you could text him and ask him?
Yeah, I sure can.
When can I call him? Can I call him tonight for 15 minutes? I have a really good idea. Really good idea.
Okay. Let me just do that right now. Do you want me to stay on with you? Let me just do that.
Yeah, do that. I'll stay on with you for 5 minutes. I'll call him back.
Hold on. Let me just get a text. Hold on.
It's actually one of my better ideas.
Okay, good. That's without 15 minutes, you said?
Yeah, it's only 15 minutes of time. It's a really, really good idea.
I'm on with him now.
Actually, amazing idea.
Yeah, hold on. I'm working on it. Please let me know it's on. Hold on, time. Okay, got it. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Good.
So
that's that. That's that. I'll let you know when something comes in. And so maybe that's what they're doing now, the 4 o'clock. Because it was right on the dot. That's what
that makes me. Yeah. That makes me suspect that, or it could just be a coincidence.
Or you're right. Or it was a coincidence.
But coincidences don't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I looked in it and I said, wait a minute. It's 4 o'clock. He can't call back now either. So, normally you call me back. But when you didn't call back, then that's right. You can't call back anyway. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dad and I both got stuff done. And Gary was very helpful. And so we got a lot organized today, which was super good. And a few more things tomorrow. And then Saturday, I think at noon, we're meeting Jared because I wanted to straighten out some stuff with him. And I have to. Normally I just send him Zelle, but I just want to see the work, that because there's a place that got emptied, and I want to see how it gets finished. So I want to do that. Yeah, so I'm going to meet him and take care of that.
Hey, are you glad you're not dealing with the coins and the laundry anymore? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's what you need is to go up there and deal with the coin.
Collect quarters.
Yeah.
You did it for what? 18 months. So we only did 519. You only did that 2 months ago. Well, yeah. So that's 16 months. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's funny. Sometimes you look at things and you're like, you know what? It's so much cheaper to buy new, raise the prices on the laundry, put in the electronic stuff, and just do it right from the beginning.
Great.
Like, really what you did is you just spent a ton of time and wasted running around for what?
The time. Yeah, with the up and back and all the time. And I mean, we bought all new machines, so, you know, I had to.
Yeah, but you're not having a headache with the new machines.
No.
You're not having a headache with the way it's operating with the app and paying for itself.
And it is. It's an interesting system. What do they take out? What percentage? What?
I think 4%.
4%? 4%. Okay. So they take their 4 before they give you, before they put it in your account. So it's worth it. So worth it.
What would you pay? About $100 a week that comes in off of it?
I think so. Yeah.
2 of them?
No, not from like just $5.19.
No, maybe about
they're close to that.
200
per week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. It's not,
1801.
Or maybe now it's more. I don't know.
It's profitable. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than I ever thought. So it's nice because it comes in, and then I click a button, and I put the $5.19 in that account, and I put the 1801 in that account, and it's with the press of a button on a computer screen.
Yeah,
it is.
Mostly. Yeah.
It is. Well, that's why people sit in front of their computers and they work.
Yeah.
You know, because they can.
Yeah, well, they're even changing that time. Well, you saw where WeWork, Charlie, is filed for bankruptcy?
Yeah, unbelievable, huh?
Well, it did great during COVID, but as time has gone, you don't even need that kind of facility.
Yeah, because the companies now are realizing they're still getting good productivity, so they're working part-time. You know, they come into the office a little bit, and the rest of the time they're at home on their computer.
They actually showed, Charlie, I was watching some show, and they magazine show, and they showed how this woman who lives in Seattle,
in California, like Minnesota.
Yeah, she works. She has to go to work in Minnesota, but she only has to actually put in a certain number of days in office. So she has a family. She leaves the family and goes away for 6 days because she's required to do that, and then she goes back home for 6 days a month. She's quote in the office. And then the rest of the time she works from home. And she said she loves it because
they're showing all the retail stores that have been closed.
Yeah.
You know, fast food places, pizza places, Chinese food places. They don't have the business
in
anymore.
The downtown area because the downtown is not full of workers anymore.
San Francisco's like a ghost town downtown.
Yeah.
Well, and downtown rent was probably so expensive in San Fran. It's cheaper people stay home. They don't have to have an office space.
Yeah, definitely in San Francisco, definitely in New York. So it makes sense.
They're going to have trouble converting a lot of these buildings to condos. You know, the problems with plumbing, the problems with bathrooms and kitchens. They're not set up that way.
Oh, that's right, because they want to make condos. They're not using the office space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his guys that work with that he works with, like I think one moved to Kentucky, you know, like from South Florida, and he works with like 3 people in the apartment with in different states. Yeah, I don't know how often they come in or not. I thought that he has to be in the office twice a week now.
Twice a week.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do. You were asking me something just as we got, I don't know why the reception's not great. Talk to me a minute, Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Wait, can you hear me when I do this?
Oh, that's better. I don't know what you did.
Okay.
That's much better. Yeah.
The wires on my thing are getting fried. So it's like can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Fine.
Like it goes in and out. It goes in one ear, then it goes to the other. It's like they're starting to break. Can you hear me okay like this?
It's actually perfect.
Yeah, when it hangs, I get better. I can hear better. But when I lift it up, this is the wire that's breaking inside the cord. This part that's not going to do. I'm going to get it all done. So,
Hold on 1 second. Just tell him you'll call him back, Harvey. just grab that and he'll call back. So what was it? Oh yeah, when we got disconnected, you said something to me about Sully, and then we lost you. So I don't know what you wanted me to do, or if you want to tell me another time.
Oh no, I was just saying, if you need help at the house with anything, Sully can help you out.
Okay.
But that pellet gun, I still don't know what I want to do with it. I'm looking forward to having it again. That pellet gun that was in.
Yeah, the one that I have here now in my apartment.
Oh, you have the pellet gun that was Bud's? I mean, that I thought was at Bud's, but it was really the house?
I got it.
Okay. That's the one that I ordered and I thought had been taken by Bud's family, but it turns out it wasn't.
Yep. I have it.
Did I pay for it? Okay.
Yep. Just the way you described it.
Yeah. Bud had put it up in my closet. There.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly. At some point, you're going to have to tell me what you want me to do with those things.
Yeah.
So whatever, think about it and tell me tomorrow, because I'm trying to get some things finished.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that. Most everything else we've asked you about, like the hassle.
Yeah.
And whatever. So that I know.
I have paperwork for the Mac 11. Like I have paperwork in the safe. That's for my permit.
Okay. Saw that.
It's like a Class 3 permit.
I don't know.
All that stuff has to stay. It was like in a manila envelope. All that stuff needs to stay together.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. So when we go, I think on Saturday, since we have to go up to meet Jared, I got that lockbox that arrives at our house that I have to give him, things for that electrical room. So when we give that to Jared, I'm going to ask Janice if we can stop by on Saturday, and I'll take care of those things.
Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, I think I may either want to give everything to Sean and tell him to keep it safe for me for a little bit, Sean Vince, or give it to Sully and then Sully can give it to Sean and then keep it safe for a little bit one day.
Okay. So now, you think about that. If that's your decision, you tell me tomorrow morning. And if that's what you decide to do, like you don't want to fill it, you'd rather do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bigger item.
No, that's why I want to know what he wants to do. So, everything, honey?
Yeah, everything. That was to give to Sean. He actually has a safe room. The whole room is like a safe vault in his house. And I know he can store his stuff there.
Okay, so I can ask Sully to help me out with that. I don't know how to get it to Sean, but
we'll get it figured out. But Sully has a safe in his house, and I trust Sully.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. That's fine. So
yeah, all that stuff, and including there should be paperwork in the safe to go with that, to go with the Mac 11, and anything that has to be transferred or something like that, Sully can keep it in the safe, and then I trust Sully to give it to Sean.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's fine.
I trust him to help me.
Everything. Not.
What is that?
I was going to say, what about what was Grandpa's?
That goes to Roman. Well, that goes to Roman.
But you want it all to be together in one thing and give it to Sully. All of that.
I think so. Unless you want to hold on to it and then give it to Sean.
Give it to Sean? Yeah. That one thing, I think, we'll hold that for that one. And I'll make sure I get the information on that, just in case we're out of town or whatever, I'll just make sure that that's listed, that goes to Roman. Okay?
Yeah. Make sure that all goes to Roman. Whether you maybe give that to, with the, what do you call it? With the paperwork from World War II and everything.
Yes.
The whole third of World War II paperwork. Give it to Wendy, and then she can.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That one thing, give it to Wendy. The other stuff, I would just tell Sully keep it for safekeeping. If he doesn't say keep it in, and hope he doesn't give it to Roman. Yeah,
you're not, yeah, I guess it's big, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he itemized all the items that he gave them. Like, if you need to take pictures of it, take pictures of it.
Okay.
And then if you needed to take pictures of it, send it to Dan, I guess. But write it down, and then let Sully put all that stuff, keep it safe in his house, trust it. The one that's real valuable, go ahead and give it to Wendy, if they trust her.
Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely.
So just tell her to keep that safe. The other stuff, just give it to Sully. And just tell him that he has a safe. That stuff should be kept in a safe. And the one that's real valuable, I may have to have Alex do something with transfer paperwork or something.
Okay, because Dad is going to talk to Alex tomorrow, right? Because he questioned us on that today, and I obviously didn't know an answer because we haven't spoken, but because the value has gone up on that. So he said,
it's gone up tremendously.
Right. He said, see if he wants me to do that, and then I'll take care of that for him, because he said it's worth way more than what you paid for it.
Oh, yeah, so it's worth 3 times what I paid for.
Wow.
So I'll hold off on that. So just I want to keep it safe with Sully. You got to get the paperwork for it into the safe, and then maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I can always still do it through Sully and through Dan and through you guys. So it doesn't matter. All that stuff should be kept in the safe.
Okay. Well, as long as Sully has a safe, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's why. If she has a safe, that's what should be kept.
Right. And but that other storage item that we were talking about, you want that also to go to Sully.
Yeah, I go to Sully and give him the paperwork from the safe with it. That's important.
Right.
The stamps and stuff on it. Yeah.
Okay, so we have to make sure Sully is around also, because I'm not going to. All right. And to get it, we have to go to Sully. And Fort Lauderdale. We have a few things we have to do up there. Okay. All right.
And let him sign for it, so you know that, like, at least that's a piece of paperwork saying that he holds the information.
No, I'll take pictures and I'll let him sign it, and then I will send, I will make sure Dan gets all of that.
Yeah. So, but I have a really good idea of something to tell Dan. I mean, it's almost like brilliant.
It's almost brilliant, but not you're brilliant.
No, I want to hear it first. Like, that's a brilliant idea, but I think it's actually really smart. And I don't know why I didn't think it was good.
Okay. Well, he hasn't just the. No, this was an earlier message. He didn't.
Right? It should be on that tree.
It should be. Hold on, let me see. I sent it on the other one.
He usually does family stuff when he gets home, and he's usually more free after like 8:30.
Okay. So if I you'll know if I don't get a response from him, then what he's looking to me or whatever, just call him at 8:30. You know.
All right. Let me call.
Call Roman.
Yeah, let me call Roman right back, and I'll call you when I get off the phone with them.
That's perfect.
That's fine, Charlie.
Yeah, do that. Okay.
That's fine.
But I think it's a really good idea.
Well, if you say so, I bet it is.
Yeah.
I know you
Let's
do.
see. I'll call you in a bit. I will be bye.
Love you. Bye.
The caller has hung up. Hello, this is a free call from
Charlie.
An incarcerated individual at the Leon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number.
To accept this free call, press 1. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
Hey, sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
He never texted back, so I'm probably going to just try again at like 8 o'clock tonight. How are you doing?
Yeah, just Roman's getting slowly talked about. He's playing a game, and then he gets out another 10 minutes of it, and then it'll be bedtime. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Roman found out how to add friends on his game.
Wow.
And so he was sending out friend requests all day, and people were, I mean, it's not a game that like people can message or anything. It's like you accept it, and then like you can brag on different scores and stuff. And there's this person that's like really good, and Roman is like, he came over to school. Oh, here, wait.
And if you notice that mommy can get diamonds, you're always saying mommy can get diamonds because that's the best that you can get. Well, a new person can get 4 zeros out of 1 5 and get diamonds.
Wow. Diamonds are the best you can get.
A new person is best. Our new friend is better than mommy.
Really? How's Tim? Is Tim as good as you?
They got
Roman.
5,000. 5,000.
5,000. Is Tim as good as you on this game? Or better?
Wow, I'm a good at crap. I'm not good at this game.
Oh, really?
Good at it. First I got 6.
He is very good at this game, but clearly this is a professional on here.
He's better than Roro?
That's a platinum score, yeah.
He didn't really budget the book.
I know, it's a hard one. They have these songs listed as like normal songs, hard songs, extreme songs, and different scores. He loves his country music. Let's just say that.
That's my man. Dude, I can't wait for him to get his guitar.
I know. I mean, honestly, Charlie is the best thing ever. The best gift.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I want to get him like a perfect one for 6 years. For Laura, so he doesn't get frustrated and like, you know, and he like learns to take really good care of it.
Start it over and sing it for daddy. Thank God, I'm a country boy. That's all he can say.
But we're gonna get him like, you know, then we'll get him like some lessons and stuff like that. But we gotta be like, I want it to be fun for him. I don't want it to feel like, oh, you got your guitar lesson, you gotta sit down and like, I want him to like take to it, you know?
I mean, you just have to add the person. They have to accept the friend request, but maybe you can look up his name.
What is his name?
VA4E. Can you type that in? Well, I'm going to do that for you, and then you click on. Oh, you don't want to do country records now? Okay. V. Okay. Here, where's V? Okay. He went on a friend request spree. He just likes meeting people. That's the thing. He likes knowing and having. Well, yeah. You can check it in. Where's V? Very good. A. Wait, hold on. I have to. Okay. A. And then 4. It's gonna be 4. And then capital letter B. No, you have to put the E. Oh, there you go. Yep, you got it. Friend request? I don't know how often I take it in. I think they are. So, okay, so you don't know what time you're going to be able to talk to Dan, or even...
I talked to my parents for like 10 minutes, and then like he never responded. So I may just call him on my own and text. Like, hey, I think I got a really good idea. But,
well, I heard about the deny.
The what?
Diamond free set, and they don't have anything else. They're on buses.
Yeah, part of me thinks these are kind of like robots, honey. I don't know if anyone...
You heard about the what?
The motion of the deny for the, I guess, the questioning of jurors.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You heard about the motion deny?
Yeah, there was... I'll bring up the screenshot that I saved.
And was it?
It says, no, an order, no, not motion. It was order sealing documents sealed, order denying motion to interview jurors.
Okay, so what we did is, I guess we filed the other day a motion that would allow us to have the court investigate the jurors, and they answered.
A motion to under seal, yeah, order sealing, yeah.
So was it us that filed it, or someone else that filed it?
The state's response to defendant's sealed motion to interview jurors. Order granting agreed order on defendant. You request motion under seal, order sealing documents, and then order sealing documents sealed under order denying motion to interview jurors.
So the judge says he's denying it, or?
It says date, yeah, star, judge, yeah, it isn't.
Or the state doesn't want us to.
Order denied motion. It doesn't say state or judge.
I don't really know what that means. Let me tell you something first. I'm more and more convinced. Speaker, I am. I don't want to talk.
You what?
I'm not a speaker, am I?
No, of course not.
Tell me if you think I'm lying. I almost feel like I know I am. The media, the time my trial came around, there was no way in hell I was going to get a fair jury. There was no, I had deaf ears to talk to, because for 6 years, that 6-part series podcast and Dateline 2020, all people heard was a different narrative of what happened, because no one ever from my family ever spoke. Right? So for 6 years, everybody had all these questions. Nobody from the Adelsons was talking, and they had all these questions. Why this? Why that? Why that? Had all these pieces to the puzzle, but they never had any questions, right? They never had any answers. I took the stand. What did Katherine say to me on the stand? You got an answer for everything. Yeah, because I'm telling the truth.
Right.
Real interesting how that works. Telling the truth what happened, the pieces of the puzzle fit together. So let me ask you, don't you think when someone says you have an answer for everything, you can explain all the evidence? Isn't that a definition of reasonable doubt? You have an answer that logically explains everything? That's reasonable
comparable
doubt.
to what they to the other people that they have on hand. Changing stories, liars.
Yeah, comparable to people with vendettas. All your witnesses have an axe to grind. Right. They really did. Like, they all fucking had an axe to grind. And it became so evident once Dan went up there and started cutting everybody off. He didn't cut up Sanford. Sanford just told what it was pretty much. I mean, he did a little exaggerating with his landline routine, and generally the public thinks landlines are secure. No, it's a better connection. You ever get that cell service somewhere? Get that landline service somewhere. So the point is, like, they only heard one side of the story for 6 years. So they had all these questions that weren't answered. Right?
Right.
I get up there, I answer all the questions, and I told the guy to answer everything. Well,
you got up there already, like, just like.
I was told the jurors were not even looking at me when I was up there.
Really? I heard a couple of different comments.
But let me ask you this. Once I got up there and I testified and I did as well as I did and answered all their questions and made sense to Katherine, what happened to her? She got really frustrated. She had to revert back to me. She got really frustrated, and she got to the point where she needed to know what Bree did for Dave and how old was Bree. You know what that means? I'm going to have to turn this into a protocol. You got nothing else to ask me. You got nothing on me, and you're going to go, you take that one line out of my sentence, you got nothing on me, like, oh, he must have something to have on it. Like, do you see how you can cut that out of the sentence to highlight it and be like, he's saying you got nothing on me? He's so cocky. No, it's because I'm innocent. But, like, the point is, like, they had a story that had propaganda fed into their brains for 6 fucking years. None of it made any sense. The girl showed, and you start the story off with the girl drove past 4 liquor stores, drove an extra 10 miles, went to go cut in front of his house, did a quick U-turn and left. Okay, there's your connection. She's showing up the day of the murder. Between her trip to the liquor store and the supposed code word TV, you have something that's very hard to explain. Because you can't explain a coincidence. It's just something that happened. That's what a coincidence is. Unexplainable. But that doesn't mean you're a murderer because of that. If my sister didn't have the email asking her to purchase a bottle of Holy Bourbon, she would be doing life in prison right now.
No, I know. Yeah.
Do you realize that if someone said, oh, I don't remember asking her to get anything, but the person did ask her and she wrote it down on a sheet of paper, she would be doing life in prison. Because someone would go, there's no fucking way. Like, by the time I got up there to testify, and I don't know if this is true or not, or maybe it's just some person was glancing at it, but, like, it looked like a lot of the jurors weren't even looking at me. Usually when those testify, they're staring where the guy testified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these jurors, Tallahassee has been poisoned with this idea that this is the way it was done and why it was done, all the motive. Like, no, there was the $1 million offer. Like, not the Hitler Youth costumes. Not the fucking, yes, they wanted her to relocate, but that doesn't mean we killed them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they only had one side of the story. Everybody thought, when you got done listening to that podcast, I didn't listen to it, but when someone gets listening to the podcast, doesn't it lead you to believe, like, these people are 100% guilty?
Wait, you mean over my, no, I never fully listened to it.
No, I tell you. But does it pretty much point the finger severely at the family? My family?
I would assume so. Yeah, they made a big deal about it. And someone coming in saying that they listened to it is pretty much someone who knows about the entire family at this point.
Okay, so then they said they can treat it fairly and they can not hold it against us. But my point is that when somebody says that they have it's been tainted by the media. It became a circus-like environment in the courtroom. When we were interviewing jurors, it became a joke. Like, because if you have 93 people coming in being so honest to tell you that they can't take fairly, what about all the others that are coming in and lying about it? Like, it's not a normal case where people show up and they're like, oh, let's sit for jury duty. Like, oh, you ever hear? I don't know. Okay. You know, you ever arrested of a felony? You know, ask for a question. You sit down and you hear both sides. And you hear two equal sides. Like, there was no evidence. Like, if there was evidence, they wouldn't be highlighting emails saying, like, oh, he said he was going to go to the cops, but he never went to the cops. Okay, we'll arrest him for first-degree murder because of him saying that he was going to go to the cops, but he never went to the cops. He said it 27 times, but he never went to the Like, maybe he was trying to say, hey, I'm not sending you off. Like, I need your help. Maybe, like, my parents really did want to go to the police at certain times. Like, you can't take everything out of context and be like, oh, you're guilty of first-degree murder, throw your life away. Yeah, you know, it's my common sense. Like, they're showing, they're taking lines out of my sister's book she read in 2008. I didn't fucking write that book. They're like, why are you reading it?
Nor did you write the
book? Yeah, and why are you questioning them? Like, okay, you know what? She did like how it happened. She wrote a book about herself, and one day she planned on leaving it. Doesn't mean she did a murder. Like, my mom's telling my sister, go be a jerk to him. He's being a jerk to you. We did a murder. But the problem is that...
mother would.
And the joke is, none of those things were ever even done. None of those things were even looked into.
And they also stated that, too.
So here's the thing. You said that there were people all over the internet when I testified going, holy shit, he's telling the truth. Holy shit, there's something else that could have happened. Because for 6 years, everybody sat there and they were like, what the fuck else could be your explanation? What on God's earth? What's the explanation for this, right? The problem is 6 years later, I showed up to give the explanation and fell on deaf ears. It's the years of enforcement.
Yeah, unfortunately, the people that I was reading comments from were not one of the 12 that were sitting there.
They could have been. They could have been the 2 and 10 that showed up. But guess what?
No, they were smart. They're lawyers. They're attorneys. I mean, the people I read, like,
right.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying that they're educated people. Listen, I had educated black people that have money come out. You know what happened to them? They got X.
They got X.
Yeah. But the thing is like, because the whole population on the whole was poisoned. The couple of ones that could think outside the box and have life experience was strong. 2 and 10 were taken off board. Those were the 2 and 10 that would have been good for me. Juror number 15 was ready to acquit me. He was taken off the board. I wanted juror number 15 to be on my jury. The state didn't want him on my jury. So he was going to be a fair shot. Someone who comes in to get a fair shot is going to find it. Somebody who comes in has been poisoned and influenced and listen, and worried about what the community is going to think about them when they go out. When everyone in town knows that when they publish the list of the 12 people on the jury for the Tallahassee Democrat, what are people first going to say? Do you see the problem? Because they go, what is their life going to be like when they go back to the community and they have to tell everyone they found the innocent? Use your common sense. Well, you're basing my life because of my mom's fucking emails? You're basing my life because my girlfriend came over to my house that night on a Friday night? Like, you're basing my life because here's the bottom line. Do you know what happened at my house on the 18th? Were you there? But the problem is you tied everything in with my sister showing up at Danny's house an hour after. I'm like, oh, I don't like it too much to believe.
And that you had nothing to do with, weren't there. It wasn't you showing up.
No. But if she's showing up, she had to have known. And if she had to have known and been a part of it, then they're saying he had to have known and been a part of it because he spoke to her that morning. Do you see the jump where I start off 50 points behind in the game?
Yeah.
Because you say, what are the chances of Wendy leaving her house and showing up there an hour after an hour? Ms. Kaplan gave you the answer. She couldn't help herself. And you know what? 9,999 times out of 10,000, she's probably right. Like, statistically, she's showing up is because she knew. Guess what? This is a 1 in 10,000. You're wrong. But I can't explain away a coincidence.
Well, not when it comes to you. When you weren't even a part of that, you can't explain, like, okay, how do you expect me to explain while
But I spoke to her that morning. My mom spoke to her that morning. So now you got the communications. My mom's making the Best Buy. Like, my mom's making the Best Buy appointment for her. It's because the Geek Squad was under my mom's name because she's the one that bought the TV set for my sister that I gave her. But here's the problem. I have an answer for everything. I can explain everything. Nobody wants to fucking listen because their minds were made up by the time they walked in that courthouse that day. It's been on TV. It's been in the newspaper. It's been on radio. It's been on blogs. It's been on podcasts. It's been fucking saturated and been the biggest story in this town for the last 7 years. So they never heard our side. The first time they hear our side, I get up on the stand. What's the reaction to the public? Holy shit, there's another side to this. But you've already had the minds have been poisoned to most people. Most people have already had their minds poisoned. And if you throw in a few coincidences, like the word TV is not code for fucking anything, right? And then you throw in the coincidences, you throw in the trip to the liquor store, you throw in what Ryan Fitzpatrick said, you throw in the book, and all of a sudden, you've got so many factors cooking in the pot that it's like, it's a mound of evidence. No, it's a mound of bullshit.
But Charlie, you had 9 years of stirring all of this together.
Stirring it all together. And then here I show up, like, hey, I got an answer for everything. Ms. Kaplan said, don't you think
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We got a mound of evidence. You just have an answer for everything. Yeah, because if someone has an answer for everything that's reasonable doubt, it's when you don't have an answer. The only thing I can't answer is why the fuck my mom on TV, other than it's probably 15 years ago, a $5,000 TV, $4,000, $3,000 that cost a few grand back then. I wish the guy asked for 50 grand. You know why? Because then it would have been like this car cost 50, and then there'd be no code. But it showed up 3 times. The joke, the repairman, and then when the
TV code.
When the TV code, when the agent shows up at the house, shows up with my mom.
Right.
3 times around the same subject. It's like, that's like...
But literally none of those had anything to do with you except for your mom telling you that on the phone. Again, not your words. Like, literally not one of those things were you present. One, were you, like, there? Were you a part of? Emails. You weren't approached. You don't know the guy. You were called by your mom. Your mom sent the emails. Your sister wrote the book. Your sister was the one that showed up. Your mom made the TV comment. Like all of these things, Charlie, you never had anything to do. Like, you weren't saying anything. So this is what frustrates me, is all of those things that they wrapped together ended up being a choice for you.
Yeah, and once you have all that other shit floating around, You can't explain that knife because you've got the hatred from the fucking book to Tallahassee. The fucking, oh, and she changed the kid's names. She left in 48 hours. She got what she wanted. Like, listen, take all that aside. The fucking $1 million offer, and what happened to me is what did it.
And that's another thing. Is they're like, oh, well, you paid this amount of money. And you're like, yeah, you made it known. Unfortunately, I know, and I'm sure you have regrets of speaking about that offer and telling someone a third.
I told a lot of people, it wasn't just one person, a lot of people knew about it.
Right.
But yeah. No, that's
but then they were questioning why they only accused you for a third of $1 million. And I'm like, isn't it obvious? Because that's exactly what he said, because that's what he was offering to put in for it, the offer.
Yeah. So they assumed that a third of $1 million.
Is there another, I mean, do you think a third of $1 million, what he was offering, they're going to come back for $1 million? No, you were offering a third of $1 million for that offer.
Right.
Yeah, that offer never would even to them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's because the propaganda of the mass media had already poisoned the pool. And when you have a podcast that asks all these questions and no one's standing there answering, it just builds up so much momentum and hatred. But wasn't it interesting how many people, when I testified, it made me think of it because I got a letter today. I mean, it didn't write much, but just like, I've had a couple letters from people in jail telling me like how they support me and they believe me and they're like holy shit, there's another side to the story. But that jury could never get away from the autopsy photos, the Hitler Youth costumes, and my sister's book, and my sister showing up at the crime scene. Like, that is the amount. Oh, and my best friend Ryan Fitzpatrick even said that. Like, all the little bits and pieces that they wanted to throw away. The temperature in this town is such that any agent would have thrown up and bubbles would came up every day in Midweek.
I know.
Like, it was crazy. It was a circus. Dan said he's never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it.
Absolutely. Very truly. And I saw a post, and I actually got it deleted because it's by that fancy person. She posted a photo of like 3. One was a photo that I took of you in the pool with Enzo. You know, and you're, you know, I know it was a photo because I have it on my phone. I just literally, I know I took a photo. And then there was a couple of like selfies of Enzo. And she made this whole entire post, and she's like, "He's never going to see his dog again." And I did comment on that today. And I said, "No, you're right. No. Don't post anything on that. Please. No, I'm not. No. I did not post. I posted on her platform, not Instagram. There's nothing to do with Instagram. I posted and I said, no, he's not going to see this dog again because, unfortunately, this dog sadly passed away years ago. What's your point? She deleted it and then texted her and then messaged me and said, I apologize, old photos.
Well, she wrote letters.
She was?
But that's
it's so stupid. And I will comment on things like that. And
I just don't want to talk about it.
Well, I don't like seeing stuff like that and being tagged.
But look, do you agree that the media has been poisoned? Well, like here's a perfect example. The Markels finally get to see the boys. They actually, that's why they waited a week or two, because that date was already set up for the Markels to see their grandchildren, right?
Right.
They're set up to see their grandchildren. I think I told you the story, right?
Yeah, you told me last night, yes.
Yeah, like they saw them for no hugs, no kisses. They asked them about school. it was awkward as shit, and they left after an hour. So I said, well, how many times have they seen them since? Like, have they, like, that was the first time. How did it go the other times? I don't know why I thought it was like 3 or 4 times. Maybe it was 3 or 4 Skype calls. Okay, how many more times have they seen the grandkids in 19 months? 0. Okay, how long did Ruth Markel spend at her book signing in Tallahassee? 2.5 hours.
I was about to say 3. Yeah.
Or 3 hours. So you spend 3 hours at your book signing, but when you're bitching about like not being able to see your grandkid, when you finally do see your grandkid, you spend 1 hour of time and you don't even give them a hug or a kiss. It was almost like they did it so they could show up, but not for like. But let me ask you this: the public thinks that we have a bill in the Florida legislature because there's parents that won't let their grandkids see that. But that's not the case. Right.
No, I'm here.
Yeah. But that's not the case. The only people who didn't want the grandparents to get seen by the grandkids is Danny. With the stupid petitions with the court that we're never going to go anywhere. But then they make it out to be like that's the motive for the killing. He was going to prevent the grandmother motion.
Okay. I think I could. Yeah. Let me talk to Daddy and then I will. Okay. Yes. All right. You have 10 more minutes, okay? And Mommy will do the songs before we go to bed, all right? I just got a message that Ryan is doing a live interview with one of the YouTubers.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Who got this? Who gave you the message?
June.
Oh my God.
Can I send her a screenshot of the messages that you sent me?
That what?
Can I send her a screenshot of the messages that you sent me?
That I sent you?
No, that Ryan sent me.
No, don't send anything to Jim.
Okay.
I don't want to get back to Ryan. I don't know if Ryan's contacting Jim, but I would tell June not to have any contact with Ryan. That he's dangerous.
Oh, well, she told me that they spoke. It was the only person that she knew. They spoke in the airport in Tallahassee after she testified. She was talking to Ryan.
Yeah. Well, Ryan's probably.
I said LOL. I didn't say anything beyond that, but.
Well, just tell her to be careful. I mean, he is completely evil. Stay away from him. But let me. What podcast is he going on?
It's not a podcast. It's this girl named Judy. She's actually an attorney, and I actually have I sent one message to her like months ago because she was speaking about me and Roman, and so she stopped. Anytime I've said something, they stopped. They've respected it.
Right.
So, she's an attorney and she does this. It's called AA Legal Focus, and she does YouTube videos the entire time throughout the trial. She would do like nightly live videos, and I guess Ryan is doing a live video with her now.
Right now?
Yeah.
So it'll be online that people can go watch it other than things now?
It's going to be on YouTube. Yeah.
So Ryan's doing a live interview right now?
Yeah, on YouTube with this girl, Judy, who's an attorney.
Okay.
Do you want me to send the link? I'll send a screenshot. I can send everything to Dan.
Yeah, send that to Dan, and then send the screenshot to Ryan.
I don't know any of Dan's information. I've never spoken to him.
No, I'll give you his cell phone.
All right, I have to find the YouTube clip because even though he won't be able to watch it live because it's already started because I just got the text, he'll be able to go back online and watch it.
But yeah, okay. But let me talk to Dan first. If I'm really, if he's getting the time for his call. But yeah, that's amazing that he's doing that. That's actually fantastic. He's going to be so surprised when he gets arrested. So surprised. Literally, the check. There's nothing.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna as soon as we get off the phone, I'm gonna as soon as Roman's asleep, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, so she's doing an interview then.
Yeah, good. June, new text is 7:09. He said Ryan is doing a live interview with AA Legal Focus right now. LOL.
Tell her to be very careful with Ryan. He,
I already told
she knows.
him in so many words. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has evil intentions. Like,
June does not have June, sorry, she's fine.
no, I'm just saying it's not June, it's Ryan.
I know, but I'm saying
Ryan.
at this point with her communication with me, anything I say to her, she's not going to go.
Yeah. Okay. So let her know that. Be careful. I mean, dude, she had this guy, Ryan had this guy, Corey, pretend to be looking and interested in the house and lying to June that he was looking and getting a house. So he tried to fuck June to get back at me. So he had Corey call up June when she was doing realty and have her showing him a bunch of homes, pretending like he was about to buy one. And then was like, oh, let's go get a glass of wine. Yeah, come over our house while we glass of wine. And then he got her on her boat. And then he was like talking shit about me on the boat. And then June started crying. And then like that was the only time she hung out with him. But he got her because he was pretending to be interested in buying a house for his brother. He already had a house. It was a scam. Like, Ryan's a piece of shit.
He is.
Right.
Absolutely. No, I just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with how he's trying to like slide in your direction. Like he's a fucking snake. And you know what? The reason it's $500,000 is because that's what was owed to the company. So let me break it down. The $500,000 was owed to the company. Ryan told them they basically paid me $63,013 checks. Well, guess what? That's from his trust fund. Like that's where that money would be going. Instead, it went into Ryan's pocket. He gave the firm the 90% discount and pocketed the money. He stole from your kid. Basically, who he stole from. I really can't spend money in here. So when you think about who he stole from, you think he's real funny. He stole your kid's money from your kid's trust fund.
I don't think he's funny.
And now yeah, that's real funny, right? Because you know who that money would be going to? The person I'll talk to on the phone right now. So that's actually not really actually stole from you with the company. And he's laughing about it. Oh well, like he's going to learn what institutional fraud is, and it doesn't. But let him do what he's doing. God, it's good. Let him enjoy it.
No, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I'm gonna listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And talk to Dan. Tell Dan that he has reached out to me personally twice now.
Yeah.
And that you know of a YouTube live interview that he's been doing. And I'm sure he could find it himself. The only thing he would need from me is like the personal screenshot, which doesn't really mean anything. But,
yeah. I'll have you send that to him. Let me see if I can get him on the phone for 10 minutes. And it's AA Judy. Yeah, I fucking hate him.
I cannot, Charlie. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, trust me.
I don't hate anyone in my life.
I've never had someone try to ruin me who's pretended to be a friend. Basically, they say my money is ruined. I mean, look at the people I've known for 40 years want nothing to do with me. That's what Ryan told them. They believe Ryan.
I hate my cousin. I hate Mona. And I hate Ryan. Those are the two people I hate in my life right now. Like hate. Like have like pure hatred.
Yeah, but Ryan's still showing up to be your friend while he's fucking you over and stealing with it. Oh, yeah. No. What is it, AA Judy lawyer?
No, AA, so 2 capital A's, legal focus. And her name is Judy. Yeah.
Oh, AA Legal Focus.
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And her name is Judy.
Okay. Let me see if I can reach Dan. I'll call you in a little while.
Yeah, I'll be up. I don't sleep.
You what?
But I said I don't sleep, but I do need to get Roman to bed, so let me get him off his phone. You want to say goodnight again, or you just want to call me?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay on the phone when I talk like this?
When I don't have it on speakerphone. Here, baby, can you say goodnight to Daddy again, okay? Let me turn the volume.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, Roro. I love you a lot, buddy. Be a good boy, okay? All right, I love you, Roro. I'll call you. Yeah?
I love hearing your voice.
Oh, Ro, I love hearing your voice, too. You made my day. You're like the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know that?
Well, you are the only thing that I love in my whole entire life.
And Mommy, too.
But I've missed you more than Mommy.
Well, that's because you haven't seen me in a while, but I love you a lot, Roman. You know that, right?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, buddy. I love you so much, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good night, Roro. Love you guys. Bye.
That's coming up.